For the first time in Formula One history, every driver on the grid for the upcoming season is the same as the one before it. A repeat of this in 2025 seems less likely though, as many contracts are about to expire, and many teams are eager to make changes to their lineups. F1 correspondent Lawrence Barretto looks ahead to 2025 and beyond, for those who will be accessible. Let's get more details. World champion Max Verstappen has committed to Red Bull through at least the end of 2028, while Lewis Hamilton and George Russell have committed to Mercedes through the end of 2025. Additionally, McLaren has Oscar Piastri through the end of 2026 and Lando Norris through the end of 2025. On December 31st, 14 driver contracts will expire if Lance Stroll continues with his father Lawrence's Aston Martin outfit. Given that Red Bull is the current F1 class leader and the defending world champions, Sergio Perez's seat will be highly sought after. According to team principal Christian Horner, the Mexican should lose the seat. If he performs well and makes great progress in qualifying, where he faltered in 2023, the team has little need to alter. If you don't, Red Bull will be able to use drivers like Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, and Liam Lawson. Right now, senior management's preferred replacement is thought to be Ricciardo. This year, the Australian needs to return to his peak performance, and there's a good possibility he can, since many insiders believe his AlphaTauri club will become much more competitive. Red Bull will have a serious headache as a result, since a 2018 spec Ricciardo may be too good to pass up. As AlphaTauri embarks on a new chapter under the direction of former Ferrari sporting director Laurent Mekies, their tickets will likely become even more in demand if they become more competitive this year. Liam Lawson may gain a race seat for Red Bull Motorsport advisor Helmut Marko in 2025, but Tsunoda or Ricciardo must give way in order for that to happen. If Ricciardo decides to join Red Bull, that call will be made on their behalf because it's likely that Tsunoda will be retained alongside the returning Lawson for another successful season. However, it would be obvious for Red Bull to substitute Lawson for Tsunoda or Ricciardo if they struggle. Due to a hectic conclusion to 2023, where Ferrari was involved in a losing battle with Mercedes for P2, there was little time for discussions regarding Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz's contracts being extended. Both of them are eager to resolve their matters as quickly as possible, ideally before the season begins, and it seems that Ferrari's top management shares their wish. According to sources, the Scuderia is eager to make sure the driver they awarded a big deal for the most recent cycle stays with the prancing horse for the foreseeable future. Therefore, contract negotiations with Leclerc are taking precedence. After everything is finished, Ferrari will probably act swiftly to secure Sainz. In order to provide stability and prepare him for the first season of the new rules cycle in 2026, when Ferrari has the opportunity to make significant progress, the Spaniard is eager for a 2-year contract. There are plenty of other choices for Ferrari to consider in the event that an agreement cannot be reached, with Alex Albon potentially being the most highly regarded. However, it is now believed that keeping Leclerc and Sainz will take precedence. Albon's reputation in Formula One is at an all-time high after he practically drove Williams to 7th place in the Constructors' Championship the previous year. Williams is reportedly eager to keep Albon around into 2024 because they want to use him as a centerpiece of their rebuild. Albon is amenable to this if they make significant progress this year. However, Albon is also aware that he has a number of supporters in other parts of the paddock, so it would be prudent for him to at least pay them a visit and see what he can find out. After a low-key debut season, Logan Sargent has another season to prove he belongs in Formula One. If the American hopes to advance to Year 3, he will have to be considerably closer to Albon this season. If Williams takes the right action, which seems likely given that they shelved their 2023 car after race 8 in favor of focusing all of their efforts on 2024, they will find themselves in a more desirable position and, for the first time in a long time, have more options in the driver market. Mike Crack, the team principal, has not hidden his desire for Fernando Alonso to remain with the team till the end of 2024. Reports indicate that senior members of the team share this sentiment. So, Alonso must make the decision to stay or go. He appears to be enjoying it right now, and if Aston Martin improves upon their 2023 results and provides him with a vehicle that can surpass the 8 podiums he has already achieved, it's hard to see how this collaboration won't last until 2025. In the same vein, it's hard to picture Lance Stroll driving anything other than an Aston Martin as long as his father owns the company. Thus, it's likely that he will remain there until 2025. However, it will be interesting to watch what transpires when Honda joins them as a works engine partner in 2026. If Tsunoda does well this year and next, the Japanese automaker would be interested in sending the racer to Aston, who they have long supported financially and mentored. This year marks the end of Esteban Ocon's extended deal. The Frenchman made an impression while he was with the Enstone squad. He beat Fernando Alonso, the two-time world champion, in 2022 and, despite 7 DNFs, finished just 4 points behind Pierre Gasly in the previous season. Like his teammate, Gasly adapted well to Alpine and accomplished his main objective of defeating Ocon. Nonetheless, he will need to work out a new contract if he wants to stay longer. After losing several senior managers last year, most of whom would have made the decision to hire both Ocon and Gasly, Alpine is currently undergoing a change. Although the new executives are thought to be satisfied with the performance of their driver lineup for 2023, they will likely take advantage of the market given the abundance of talented drivers who could be available. Speculations propose that his family owns several factories in Daegu. Additionally, it is rumored that he graduated from Yonsei University, one of the top universities in South Korea, and moved to Seoul to pursue a basketball career, although financial necessity may not have been a driving factor due to his family's affluent status. Despite being labeled as a silver spoon or someone born into wealth, Guan He reportedly earns around $400,000 annually, showcasing his skill and success in the basketball arena. Despite not being a fan favorite on the show, his prowess in the sport has led to significant recognition. He ranked among the top 5 basketball players in the Korean Basketball League during the 2020-2021 season and holds the 5th spot in popularity among players in the league. In his vlogs, Guan He is depicted as living alone in a penthouse in Seoul, offering a glimpse into his affluent lifestyle and providing fans with a more personal perspective on his day-to-day life. Ocon may be retained by Alpine for another season, but reports indicate that Sauber Run stake has the Frenchman highly high on their priority list as they get ready to transform the company into Audi in 2026. CEO Andreas Seidel is rumored to be evaluating a number of drivers, including him, in an effort to turn the team from one that can only finish in the middle of the pack to one that can compete for podiums, victories, and eventually titles. In the longer run, drivers will find Audi's impending entrance and the financial support a manufacturer provides appealing. Therefore, it is not surprising that Seidel has met with driver managers all around the grid to discuss future plans. This year, incumbents Zhou Guanyu and Valtteri Bottas will get a chance to present their reasons. The 10-time race champion Bottas is eager to continue competing and would be thrilled to lead Audi's challenge. Zhou made progress last year, and when China resumes competition in April, he will finally get the opportunity to race in front of his home audience. Nonetheless, each must step up their game. A seat might be up for grabs among the rising talent on the grid, in addition to the current crop. Theo Pourchaire, the F2 champion from the previous year, will serve as a reserve driver for the Sauber Run stake this year and will work hard to advance to a racing drive the next year. Filip Drugovich, the 2022 F2 champion, is still hoping to make the transition from a reserve position with Aston Martin to a racing seat, but the most interesting candidate may be found within the Silver Arrows family, in the person of Andrea Antonelli, better known by his middle name, Kimi. We'll return with additional details and videos. Please remember to like the video if you thought it was informative and helpful. Please leave your comments, subscribe to our channel, and check back for more thought-provoking videos.